Today is December 10th, and I'm making this video today because about this time a year ago, I saw another video where somebody was talking about the 9x12 group postcard. And that video had a major impact in my business in 2025. So my goal in this video is I would like to share my story with you a little bit to hopefully inspire you and encourage you to give this or something else a try that might help you to start making some better money in your life and your business. And this particular idea is actually really rewarding because you get to help local businesses in your area. Now, I will mention up front, there is a link in the description of this video where you can go and get the template that I've created to set up my 9x12 group postcards. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can go grab that. It's $7 and it will give you a huge head start. With that, let me give you a little bit of background. So the video that I saw sparked this idea. I liked the idea. I thought it was really cool. And I did have this advantage of having a print marketing company. I've been running my own print marketing business since 2019. And so I had that little bit of a leg up. I've already got vendors that I work with. I understand the print design setup and all of that stuff. So I was able to get started rather quickly. And right away, I went to a good friend of mine who runs a somewhat prominent business in the area. And I showed him the idea and explained it to him and asked him if it was something that he would be interested in. And I got an immediate yes. He loved the idea, thought it was a great idea, and he was actually interested in being on the postcard. So I was able to take that, and that kind of gave me some initial confidence because I'm an introvert, and as an introvert, it's hard to get out and talk to people. And in fact, even talking to my friend, I was nervous to kind of explain this and present this to him. But after doing that and getting his response, I was excited about it. And I felt like, I might actually have something here that is going to be able to bring some revenue into my business and hopefully help some other local businesses in the area as well. So I started to go out on Facebook and connect with businesses that way. I went into a local Facebook group that we have here that's a pretty big prominent one, and they let you do a little bit of advertising. And so I was able to post the idea there, and I got a lot of interest and a lot of feedback immediately. And that was really cool because, it's just another boost of confidence that, hey, this is a good idea. People actually like this. And it was really a lot of fun to just kind of see it come together. And I think it took me about 2.5 to 3 weeks before I pretty much had the postcard filled up. And this is actually the first postcard that I did. If you can see this, it's a little bit blurry on my screen here, but this was my first postcard, and it was finished and finalized around the end of January. So it actually went out in February. And you have to keep in mind that if you decide to try a group postcard in your area, make sure to plan for, print times and mailing times, because depending on how you have that done, it could take, a little bit longer, 2-3 weeks maybe to get that all done and processed and actually in the mail. But it was a really smooth process and I had a lot of fun with it. And at the end of December, I'm getting ready to launch the card. I think we sent it to print and got everything started right in the first couple days of February. I can't remember exactly when it was, but I already had all of the invoices paid at that point. And so here I am, January of 2025. And right away, I've got a big boost of revenue into my business. Now, as I said earlier, I've already set up a template that you can get access to. It's $7. If you go into the description of this video, you'll see a link that will take you to that template. And you can grab that and it'll just give you a huge head start, help save you a lot of time and money. And I also recommend, even if you don't want to use my template, I recommend using GotPrint for your printing, because GotPrint does a great job with their print services. They're a professional grade printer and they can handle the mailing as well. So you don't have to worry about anything. You literally just upload to GotPrint, you select all of the routes that you're going to mail to, and they take care of everything. And if you do a little bit of looking around, you'll find that GotPrint is going to be really tough to beat on price. And so the lower the price point is, the better profit margins that you're going to have on your postcard. Now, the other reason that I wanted to share this video and share my story with you a little bit is to inspire you and encourage you to get out and try something. We're just about to the end of 2025. We have a new year coming up very soon. and you have an opportunity to kind of get a fresh start. And if you've been struggling to find ways to make money online or find ways to boost your business and get more clients in your business, this might be a way or a door that could open up other opportunities as well. So one example is one of the clients that I worked with, I was able to help them with some business cards and some door hangers as well. So there were other things that I had the opportunity to help some of my clients with. It wasn't just the postcard. So this definitely did open the door for other print products that I was able to provide to some of these clients that I worked with. The other big thing that I personally gained from this as an introvert is it forced me out of my comfort zone a little bit, and I had to get out and talk to people because I had clients who were on the card who were, expecting and counting on me being able to get this done. And so I had to go out and make sure I had all the spots filled so that I could actually afford to do the card. And so it was a good opportunity for me to kind of, reach out and break free from some of the introverted tendencies that I have, where I would rather sit here in my office and, kind of away from people and not have to deal with anybody. But I really did have a good experience with it. And I found that generally people were very nice, and I didn't really get a lot of negative feedback on it. That may have happened. I may have had a couple of people that didn't like the idea or had something negative to say. But there was even one client that I had that I actually remember my oldest son tried to do a sales job several years ago and went into this business and talked to this guy, and he was not very nice. He wasn't very kind to my son, and I don't know if he remembered him or not when we went in, because my son actually helped me early on with this postcard. He went in with me to a lot of businesses, but I don't know if this guy remembered my son or not. But when we were showing him the postcard, he was extremely interested. In fact, I think he actually reached out to us because he got the postcard in the mail. So that's another little side effect of this concept, is it put it in the mailbox of other business owners, and we did get a couple people reaching out to us just because of that. Now, if you're still watching this video, you're probably wondering to yourself, is this something that I can do? Is this a good fit for me? And I can't answer that question for you. That's something that you're going to have to just get out and give it a try, see if you can find some clients and see if you can find some interest, rather, not necessarily even get clients, but see if you can find people who are even interested in the idea before you even make anybody commit to anything. Just go out and talk to some people and, see what kind of feedback that you're getting for it. But again, I don't know if this is a good fit for you, but even if it's not, I'm hoping that this video will inspire you to think outside of the box, because we are in a really weird time of the world right now. Our economy is kind of like a roller coaster ride at the moment, and I don't have to tell you that. You probably already know that. But we're dealing with a lot of weird stuff where costs have just gone through the roof on everything in a really short time. Inflation has just skyrocketed in a really short time, and we're all struggling. We're all dealing with, trying to make ends meet, and it's hard. It's a tough thing to not have enough money in the bank account, and especially at the end of the month when you're just scraping by and, you're maybe even sinking a little bit each month. I know I felt like that many times in my life, and it's a frustrating and difficult thing to have to go through. So I'm hoping that this video will at the very least inspire you to think outside the box and look at other, opportunities. There's a lot of different things out there that you could be doing to make some extra money. I myself currently have a whole bunch of different little, side gig things that I'm involved in. I'm an affiliate for certain things. I'm an Amazon influencer. I have this YouTube channel, which is actually starting to generate some revenue. And so there's a lot of things that are all bringing in little amounts of money, and it all adds up. It's all stuff that makes life just a little teeny bit easier. If it helps to buy groceries this week, or, whatever, it's just all these little things add up. And who's to say which one of these little things will suddenly just, take off and become really big and make life a lot easier. So I hope that this video will at least inspire you to do that, even if you're not really that interested in the 9x12 postcard concept. It's not for everybody. It does take a little bit of work because You are dealing with a lot of other people. You know, you're dealing with multiple people on a card. As you can see here on my card, I fit 16 businesses. I'll kind of hold it a little bit still so you can count if you want, but there's 16 businesses on this postcard. So it's a little bit of work to get all of those businesses, you know, everybody kind of lined up together. My best month, I think we did close to a $3,000 profit, and I was okay with that. It worked for me. If you want to raise your prices a little bit, you can make more money than that. If the market in your area allows you to raise your prices more, you're going to make more money. If you have other competition in the area, it might be hard to even make that. You know, I don't know. It's going to depend on you and your abilities to get out and sell the idea to people, and just the market that you're in. So I can't tell you exactly what you can make with this, but I can tell you that this is a profitable opportunity. It's a profitable business idea, and you could turn this into something, you know, very consistent. You could scale it. You could get people onto kind of a subscription model if you wanted to, where, you know, they're signed up and paying monthly to be going out on postcards. You don't have to do big, you know, 10,000 mailing. I know there's other videos out there talking about sending this out to 10,000 people. You don't have to do that. And you can lower the cost for businesses by doing a smaller mailing, like to 2,500 or even 5,000. That's what I stuck to, as a 5,000 range. But you could go a little bit lower and drop that price down even more for people. It just really depends, again, on your ability to kind of sell this idea and help people to understand the value that they're getting from it. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope that, like I said, at the very least, that it inspires you to think of some other ideas, or think of things that you can do coming into this new year that will give you the ability to bring in some extra income, that will help you, that will help your family, that will help to, you know, cover some bills or get you out of debt, or whatever the case may be. But I know and believe that we all have the power to do anything that we set our minds to, that we really decide we're going to go and do. So I encourage you to find something that's going to help you in your life. If not this 9x12 group postcard, then something else. There's something out there that you are going to be able to do, and you're going to be able to succeed with if you just keep working at it. So I wish you all the best in whatever it is that you do. If you are interested in learning more about the 9x12 postcard, I do have a couple of other videos on my channel that you can go check out, that I talk about some different aspects of it. And also, again, in the description of this video, there is a link where you can grab my template for $7, and there's some additional stuff there in that members area where you can get a little more training and a little more help with kind of getting that going. So I hope this was helpful, and I wish you all the very best. Have a great day. Bye.